Welcome to this tutorial on PowerShell error handling. Today we're going to explore one of the most fundamental concepts you need to understand when writing PowerShell scripts: the difference between terminating and non-terminating errors. Understanding these two error types is crucial because they behave completely differently, and knowing when to use each one will help you write more robust and reliable scripts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how each error type works and when to use them in your own code. Let's start with non-terminating errors. A non-terminating error is an error that allows your script to continue executing even after the error occurs. When PowerShell encounters a non-terminating error, it logs the error message so you can see what went wrong, but it doesn't stop the pipeline or halt your script. This is actually the default behavior for most PowerShell CMDlets. Non-terminating errors are particularly useful when you're processing multiple items in a collection, like looping through a list of files. If one file causes an error, you still want to process the remaining files instead of stopping everything. Here's a practical example of a non-terminating error in action. We have an array containing 3 file names: file1.txt, missing.txt, and file3.txt. We're using a for each loop to iterate through each file and retrieve its content using the get-content CMDlet. Now here's the key point. Even though missing.txt doesn't exist on the system, PowerShell will display an error message for that file, but will continue processing and successfully retrieve the content from file3.txt. The script doesn't stop. It keeps going through the entire collection. Now let's talk about terminating errors, which behave very differently. A terminating error immediately stops your script or pipeline execution the moment it's encountered. When a terminating error occurs, PowerShell halts everything and won't continue to the next line of code. To handle terminating errors properly, you need to use error handling blocks like try-catch or set up global error handlers. Terminating errors indicate severe issues or critical failures that prevent your script from continuing safely. You'll commonly see terminating errors with syntax errors or when critical commands fail and you've explicitly told PowerShell to treat them as terminating. Here's an example that demonstrates a terminating error. We're using a try-catch block, which is the standard way to handle terminating errors in PowerShell. Inside the try block, we attempt to get the content of missing.txt, but notice we've added the ErrorAction parameter set to stop. This parameter converts what would normally be a non-terminating error into a terminating error. When PowerShell hits this error, execution immediately jumps to the catch block, completely skipping the right-host line that says this won't execute. The catch block then handles the error by displaying a custom error message. This gives you full control over what happens when critical errors occur. Let's summarize the key differences between these two error types. Non-terminating errors continue execution, only log the error message, are the default behavior in PowerShell, and work best for batch processing operations. On the other hand, terminating errors stop execution immediately, require try-catch blocks to handle them properly, can be triggered using the ErrorAction parameter set to stop, and should be reserved for critical failures only. Remember, you can convert non-terminating errors to terminating errors when you need stricter error handling, but use this approach thoughtfully based on your script's requirements.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.